In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 13, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Braves versus Philadelphia Phillies. This Wednesday night matchup features the final game of the 4-game series between the Atlanta Braves traveling to take on the Philadelphia Phillies at home. Atlanta took 2 of the first 3 games of the series and will look to clinch the division with a series win. The Braves have a lot riding on this game with the opportunity to clinch the division, and I guarantee they would love to do it where their season ended last year. They give their ace, Spencer Strider, the start for this game, while the Phillies start Christopher Sanchez, giving the Braves a pretty significant edge on the bump. To go along with their edge on the bump, the Braves have the best defense by far, leading the league in a majority of hitting statistics. I believe we see a quality start from Strider and some aggressive hitting and base running from the Braves. In terms of trends, the Braves have won 5 of their past 7 games, while the Phillies have lost 3 of their past 4. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, the Braves have won 5 of their past 6 matchups overall. The Atlanta Braves are still motivated despite having the division secured, considering they want to finish with the best record to secure home field throughout the postseason. The Phillies have not been as sharp recently, winning just 3 of their last 8 games, including a series loss to the Marlins. Furthermore, Spencer Strider enjoys pitching against the Phillies. The ace has limited them to 3 runs in 12 innings this season and has a dominating 1.62 earned run average and a 6-0 record in 6 career meetings against the rivals. Phillies pitcher Chris Sanchez recorded a weak 4.88 earned run average in August. The Braves are not only the better team, but wins like last night only add to their confidence. It's hard to step in front of the Braves, especially with Spencer Strider on the mound, who happens to have owned the Phillies with a 6-0 record and 1.62 earned run average. In 103 at-bats against current Phillies, Strider is allowing a .184 batting average with 40 strikeouts. That's not much left to say here. I'm not stepping in front of the Braves with Strider on the mound. It only helps he's facing a team he's owned in his career. Considering 8 of the Braves' last 10 wins have been by 2 or more runs, the Atlanta Braves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. While we do see a pretty good pitching matchup, the Phillies have had Spencer Strider's number at times and should be able to score 2 or 3 runs off him before he exits. Meanwhile, Christopher Sanchez will be facing the most explosive offense in baseball and could allow a ton of runs in the process. Both batting lineups have performed well as of late, with Braves setting franchise records while the Phillies pull ahead in the race for a wild card spot. In terms of trends, the Braves have gone over in 8 of their past 10 games, while the Phillies have gone over in 4 of their past 5 games. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone over or pushed in 7 of their past 10 games, including their past 3 games overall. While I expect Strider to contain the Phillies, the ace has not been nearly as dominant recently, allowing 10 runs in his last 8.2 innings. Strider is pitching on 6 days of rest, which he is not accustomed to. In addition, the Braves are a hitting machine. They have scored 31 runs in their last 5 games, including 7 runs in Tuesday's victory. They have no problem against the Phillies, scoring an average of 6 runs in the 9 meetings. The over is 7-1 in the Braves' last 8 games. I expect crooked numbers on the board. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus Detroit Tigers. The Cincinnati Reds and the Detroit Tigers meet Wednesday in MLB action from Comerica Park. This will be the second installment in a 3-game series. In the Tuesday opener, the Reds powered out an extra innings win. The Tigers hold an underwhelming .671 ops and 87 WRC plus against right-handed pitchers in September. On the other side, the Reds have amassed a 127 WRC plus and .842 OPS against the Southpaws so far this month. However, just 3 players from this Cincinnati team have seen Eduardo Rodriguez before, combining for a paltry 3 hits in 18 at-bats. I don't trust Connor Phillips to keep the Tigers in check, even though Detroit's lineup is far away from an elite level. If Rodriguez puts on a strong performance, the Tigers will be in a strong position to come out on top. Their bullpen has recorded a 4.18 earned run average and 4.3 over the last couple of weeks, while the Reds' bullpen has accounted for a 3.86 earned run average and 4.98 Fahrenheit IP. It'll be interesting to see what Phelps can do in his return to the mound, though. As for Rodriguez, he's 2-0 over his last 2 starts with 12.2 combined innings, 4 earned, 10 hits and 6 walks. Rodriguez should be able to keep it going here. In the Tuesday matchup, Detroit got into some early trouble and had to dig out of a hole. The offense was pretty good overall, though that makes 3 or more runs in 5 of the last 6 games for the Tigers. I believe that they'll keep it up in Game 2, so the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. When diving into the pitching stats as a team throughout the month of September, the Reds ranked 21st with a 5.1 team earned run average in 10 games, while the Tigers leading the majors with a 2.85 team earned run average in 9 games up to this point. Throughout the month of September, at plate has also shown some limitations as Cincinnati is scoring 4.5 runs per game while Detroit is averaging 4.11 runs per game. Hopefully, Connor Phillips will pitch better in his second major league start. As I've said, the Tigers are not a top-notch offensive team, and Rodriguez's performance will be a decisive factor. 6 of Detroit's last 7 contests have produced 7 or fewer runs in total. On the other hand, 5 of Cincinnati's previous 7 outings have seen more than 8 runs on the scoreboard. I will lean on Eduardo Rodriguez to provide a quality start, so under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Rangers meet the Blue Jays in Game 3 of 4 on Wednesday, September 13th. Texas is currently in second in the wild card standings, and Toronto holds the final wild card spot in the American League. It is an important game for both teams as the season comes to a close, and the offense should highlight this game. This is an important game for both teams as neither club wants to drop a game against another wild card hopeful squad. It all begins on the mound, where Toronto is significantly better, especially in the bullpen. The starters in this game are about equal, so relief pitching will be one of the greatest factors in this matchup. I believe that Kikuchi has been the better pitcher over the past few games, and I think his offense will be able to do enough here. Kikuchi has an earned run average of 2.79 in 2 starts this month, whereas his opponent, Montgomery, has an earned run average of 10.61 in his 2 starts. The Blue Jays have also been hitting it well as they have the 4th best batting average in a sport, and they have been hitting .261 since the All-Star break. The Rangers are hitting .258 since the break as they are right behind them. Offensively, Toronto evens up with Texas on paper because they get to face a lefty. The Blue Jays have a team batting average of .280 against southpaws in 2023. Jordan Montgomery is also a pitcher that they've faced 11 times in his career, including a game earlier this year when they knocked him out after 5 innings. This game will probably be close until the bullpens come in, and that's when the Blue Jays will pull away. We're almost at do-or-die time for the Blue Jays, and I've always thought Jordan Montgomery's a bit overhyped, and the trade to the Rangers doesn't change my stance on that. Toronto's a better team than what they've shown so far in this series, and I think we see a response from Toronto in this one. Outside of the obvious home field advantage, there are plenty of reasons to go with the Blue Jays in this one, so the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Well, each of these clubs has a great matchup facing a left-handed pitcher in this one. The Rangers don't need much help as they're averaging 5.5 runs per game this season. Still, a .277, .353, and .457 slash line against southpaws is nothing to sneeze at. They should be able to hit Kikuchi early. As for the Blue Jays, they're slashing .280, .353, and .426 when facing lefties this season. They already tagged Jordan Montgomery for 3 runs once this season. After Toronto gets him out of the game, they'll get to face a Texas bullpen that's one of MLB's worst this season. The Rangers and the Blue Jays are in this position because of their offense. They are both near the top with batting average and have scored a ton of runs, which has led to wins. They beat teams by outscoring them, not outpitching them. The total has reached 7 runs or more in 21 of Toronto's last 22 games. The total has reached 8 runs or more in 9 of Texas' last 10 games. The Blue Jays bats should have a great day at the plate. This game finishes with double-digit runs. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.